Okay.
Okay. So the first thing we want to talk about is punch. Normal punches, you'll see that they do it flat, which again, the story is that they were teaching kids in high school and junior high, and they didn't want to have them hurt each other, so they taught them improperly how to punch. The real punch isn't flat but 45. So it's like if you point something, close your fist, that's the fist for your punch. Now you'll still out where they punch right here. But even this, although this is 45, you see how my hips are straight with this. So I'm pulling this into it. But what we want to do is use our hips also with that. To do that, you're going to dip it slightly so that the hip pushes that in. So it goes like that. Like that. So from here, the incorrect way is flat like that. The correct way is you dip this, you come out, and you throw the energy into it. Okay? Now again, you don't want to keep your fist out there when you're practicing. You want to pull it back slightly. So when I punch it, it should be coming in and out. Okay? Now you can pull your head back when you pull that back if you want to. Just boom. Alright? So that's our punch. Now, for the blocks, what you do is just punch here, and then I'll show the blocks on it. Okay. What we want to do here is come up, and this is called the inside block, because I'm going toward my inside with this. Now, it could be used on this hand, and if we hit it, we still do the twisting down. Okay? Because that's the effect we want to do, is to cause him to unbalance his hips. A lot of the training I got was to do the block incorrectly. Punch in. It was like that. But as you see, he can pull that back. Go ahead and just pull it back. And I would have to then pull mine back too. But if he punches, and I do that, you see how I've disrupted his balance here. So I've hit and taken him down. Now again, where we use our yang principle to get a yang reaction to yin it. Because he wants to punch through my face, but it's coming this way. And so when I stop him here, I'm getting some resistance this way, so then you either take him down this way. Now, especially if I go for different points like this lung 5 point here, which even with this on, I know that's the bend of his arm, lung 5 is right there. So I may tap into his muscle here, especially with this knuckle, that's going to make that hurt and retract slightly. Then I just follow that down to here. So we come there, and you see the effect you get. Now just a little punch here, I didn't have to really wham it from here, and we get a nice effect. Okay? Now it could be, when I punch it, I can do it this way. So I can do it inside to his inside, or inside for me to his outside. But then again, I come down. So anyway you punch it, again, in real life, he's not going to stop it here. He's going to punch through. So I have to have something that comes up and takes them out with that. Right. So that's the inside block. Now, as you saw, I was actually attacking the arm with that, so it's more than just a block, it's also an arm attack. So you can say there are no blocks in form. I don't use that term because my blocks are attacks also. Okay? Now, for the outside block, this way, again, I was taught improperly, so if a guy punched at me, I'd do that. And now he can pull it back again. So again, we're even. So now when he punches it, I again hit here and take it down. And then, as long as I'm going this way, I can also trap it, but I don't need to. This hand's busy, boom. So I've disrupted his balance again with this by taking it here and down. he comes forward right into it. Okay? The end can be done this hand. So I've taken it here, throw it down, and if I don't get down this way, you saw with the slip, it threw it out, which again lets me come back in tight. So again, what I taught wrongly doesn't really work on the street, and that's why it's wrong. Whereas what we do is that even if we're slightly wrong, so like this one, just do it slow. From here, if I slide off, I'm going here, but here I've still been able to do something that causes a disruption here that I come back on. Huh? Now, one of the worst blocks I was taught, because again, their function was the up block. So the up block can be either used for somebody punches you high, or comes in with a high strike. Right? So I was taught incorrectly, just too much off here. I was taught to do this. Which again, from here, he's got the advantage off of this. Because he can just drive it through. Boom. Right? What I want to do is go out this way. So I'm coming up, and I get him to come down on that. It could be up here, but here's also because he's really going to be punching me here, he's not going to be punching me here with this. So I'm more likely to catch him here. But once he's got that downward from him, it's easy to take him off. And I can either just flip it like that, or like I did here, I threw it up and throw him that way. And again, greatly torques him. Okay? And the same thing, you throw that hand, I use this hand to block. Boom, I hit and go out. Okay? And if he hits with this hand, again, out. Boom, boom. So the up block is in here, it's out 45. Out 45. Connect and throw it. Boom. And what I want to do when it comes down, I want to do a two bone rather than one bone against one bone. Two bone gives me the superior advantage with one bone. Okay. The down block, again, it was taught that the arm against the leg. And it never really made sense to me because unless they're kicking really high, I'd have to go down for it. And his leg is 3 times as big as my arm, even if he's skinny. And so as big, his leg is a heck of a lot bigger than mine. So I had the disadvantage, the physical disadvantage, of trying to block a kick with a down block. Any kicks below the body, you should be taking them out with your feet and your legs. And by that I don't mean you're doing a block, yeah? You do a diversion. Boom. So in a kick, you cut in 45 on those. The down block's really for something like he's coming up to break your ribs or coming to your kidney. And then he's turning around. Okay? So what we want to do when he comes up for one of these, again, we're going to go first in here and then out. So you do a two bone here, and let's go to this side so you can see that he's coming up to break this. I just go to there, and you see it's going to slide off. And then I throw it out. And when I throw it out, I can be hitting points on here to disrupt it again. From here, you can go in here and hit heart 2. So that's going to have a problem for him when that gets hit. Right? If he's coming this way, obviously this would be better, but I can again slip it this way and then down. So your down block's really for attacks low coming up, but not for kicks coming up. If I'm trying to use my arm against the kicks, I use the 2 blocks. So I have 2 arms against 1 leg. So I have 4 bones against the one bone of the leg. And I try to make it above the knee when I block it. I don't want to try to block his shin bone. No. So that means usually when a guy's going to kick you on, he's got to position it and get close. Because the closer he gets, the higher he kicks, the closer he has to get to be able to get that to the object. If he's just kicking here, he doesn't have to get as close. That's where I can just take him off with 2. Okay? And we really won't show that because it's the concept behind it is enough. We don't really use those kicks that they use those against, not that much. Okay, you can cut it now. Now, the up block is usually used not right arm blocking right arm. Okay? What you'll see in the practice, and again they don't really explain what they're doing, is this. So they bring this up and they come here and block. In reality, that first one is actually the block. So when he's coming down, I'm coming to bone and up here. And that's my up block. And then this is a hit and a hit. And what I want to do with this one, when possible, is go under here and flip this up to snap his neck back 45 and cause a problem with his neck bones. So it can cause a concussion, it can cause major problems with that. Okay? So the 45 cut is really where you're always going to go to 45 degree to clear you and to clear him as he's coming in. Now, it works anytime somebody clears me and goes up to attack me and he's on the inside, I just go 45 and I'm going to clear him. The same with him against me. Now, if I'm on the inside, say he's going here and comes up, I can't go to this side for that. Okay? So I just do a wood movement up here. And again, I can't really, because he's very strong in his gravity here, I can't go this way 45 to cut it, because he's stronger. But as soon as I do this, and get a yank against this, I do a wood movement to pull him out. And he can't resist that. So anytime he's on my outside and going for an attack, I can get the response, then clear with the wood movement. So that's important for using it. That's why we start all movements out with the wood movement to intercept. And sometimes the wood movement is just a low wood movement to turn into a double block. But this is, instead of going up here, we just went over there. Right? So it's basically a low wood movement. Okay? Now, so the other thing I was going to talk about the wood movement that we lost when we changed the form a little bit was that I have noticed when we do this, and you come up here and you trap down here, just find a way to do it now. Sometimes you have a problem with that though, is getting this feeling properly now. But one of the things that we did when we come up here, we can turn it over like that. Remember how we did that? Boom! And that. Okay? In the same way this, when I put you up here, on the outside, here, I can take you down like that. Okay? So instead of just going in for the attack from here you have up, but I feel that you're going to come in on that, I just cut you to 45 with this, and then I can down or whatever. Okay? So you're going to have that where you can do it this way. Wood movement this way. Okay? You also have the wood movement where you're here, this, and then we do this. And that was the other movement we have where we do this. Okay? So what I did in that case was that I just trapped this. Now maybe because as I'm going up here, I feel that you're going to start shooting this. Because I can feel from here I can feel the waist movement now. So as soon as you did this, you're popping at that, so I just go across. Alright. Now, the earth movement is that we come up, we do a yin movement to the inside, then open and strike. So one-handed movement, you can both do from the inside and outside. So we're up here, we get a response out here, and I come out here. So it's very similar to the wood in that case, but as the earths are coming across here, right, and then I can pull into it and come through it. Okay, so it's like this. We also do a point where we're talking about forcing, okay? We also have where we induce, and that's where I come here, okay? So you feel how that comes down? Then I come out. All right? So what I got for that one, boom. We're doing a movement here, which is what I do on one hand up. I'm pulling this one to this one. Okay? Now I got you coming out. Boom. So as soon as I get you going like this way I can pull you up and out this way. Right? And those don't have to be done too high. Again, I do it high to show that here, boom, I can just do it right here. I don't have to go real high. I can do it here. These are also done on the outside. I get a reaction against this and pull you there. So again, I don't have to grab you, okay? All I have to do is clear you. You're falling into something. Boom, okay? From here, if I feel as soon as I do this you're going to be striking, that's where I do in here, okay? And that's my in movement. Take it out, and go in. Okay, so it determines on what you're doing, what I feel. I may just go to this one, but as you see, you follow automatically because you're trying to keep your center line protected, and by doing this, you're following. That allows me to control this hand. And yeah, I don't have to grab it, or I could just grab it. If I were doing this with this hand, I can use this. They're on the outside. I can go here, and I twist it like that. Okay? So all I'm doing is coming through here, coming down. This follows, this is open. I'm not really grabbing yet. I go here, I touch this and roll it. And against that is a motion, is a rub point. That bends the elbow, or weakens it enough. So when I have this, all I do is use these fingers to turn it. And come up. Right? So here and here, this movement, I can use to grab that. We can also from here, and that, I can do it out here. I'm doing the same thing. So I don't have to come here and do that. Just from here, I can slide this, and that captures that. The ball of this, right here, not the center ball, but the knuckle right here, rubs it along this meridian to that point, which is a rub point, and then it just closes off, and that bends your wrist. When that bends your wrist, it cuts your energy from circulating properly. So that weakens the side. We can use that on this side, like that. So I come across here, I grab you, and then I'm stretching you out this way. In that. So this is going to follow against the touch one. I'm going to touch that, and that's going to allow me to bend this. And so that's another way, just boom, here. And it allows me to go across that way because this isn't going to stop me. When I do that, I'm already below it. Okay? Now if you chop that off, I have my other hand to take it. Because I've done everything with this one, and that's ready to do it. Okay? So both hands have to be live, of course, in that. And so if you get one hand He's taking it, you let him have it, you got your other hand to attacking him. Okay? This one, the wood moon is actually, when we're doing the tube one, when we do a wood movement, we're on top in that, and this isn't here, I was just going back to the wood movement to talk about being able to go here and hit. Okay? So what I did is I got this here, and I came up with this and pulled that, which now turned your shoulder and made this weaker. Okay? Because it actually crossed your center line here. You see that? And that allows that to be weak, and so I can go in with that. Okay? So now, if we're doing this with our earth movement, I pulled in like that. So I'm just crossing in, collapsing, and pulling you with it. Now I can take you down and bang out. So it's here, and I just take it one way, freeze the other hand. I can take it either way on that. Right? If we're under here, again, all I did was let this one follow this one. Right? Now, I had to do this first to get you to follow me, unless you're very strong. If you protect your center line, and I move, it's going to move with it. So sometimes I don't have to force it, I can just induce it and take you out. Bang. Okay? So, boom. With these single hand in here we can just fold this along here. So we're going under this to move it out. Boom. He's going to follow in, but he's going to, by closing in, he's going to actually shove my arm into his own body. All right? So that's again where I'm sort of deceiving your power, because I'm taking you out, which then you go, whoa, and you try to close off. Okay? But if I've done that here, and you feel that coming in, you go 45. That's going to throw me off. So you don't try to just collapse it in, because I'm going to hit you with that. You turn and take it 45, and then you come back. Okay? Because you can't leave it there, because I'll do something with it. Okay. So the earth movement is where we're crossing. And using, because you're going this way, it's a yin movement against that. We do a yang first to get you to respond out, and then we take you in. So we're sucking your energy into us. And then we're opening you up and attacking. Right? That's the same with one hand. Or two hands. Okay? So now, the water movement. The water movement was an acceleration and acceleration back. Acceleration upward and then acceleration back. Acceleration this way and curl it in. So there's three movements of water movement. Okay? It can also be done inside or outside, and they can be low, medium, or high. So we can do the shoulders, or we just do the arms, or we can use the neck. Now, again, depending on the environment of what you're in with that. So if we're in here, and I'm on the outside, and I want to use a water movement, it'd be hard for me to reach up in here with this, because this hand's going to take care of me if I try to move in. I haven't done into this hand yet, but when I do this, I throw that down and now he's clear. Okay? Boom. Okay? So, from the inside, if I just try doing this, I'm not really controlling that, because it's just flipping out. But if I turn slightly, then I catch it. And again, I just turn back. Okay? So on the outside, I can do it straight and took you down. I'd be pulling you down to here, because I want your energy to follow this way. Okay? Again, I don't have to do it too far. Boom. So I can just do it tight here, but I do it fast enough, that's going to throw the hand down. So I don't really have to follow it. all the way down. I can just drop it down and then come back up. Okay. So, also on this, if I get close enough where I've moved him in and he's fallen forward with that, that's when I can use this. I want to go 45. I'm going to go straight across and don't let me take you down. Okay, so you see that stopped because he was able to stop that. He has his waist and he has his neck in line, he's able to stop it. But if I go here and come up here to 45, his body has trouble resisting that, and he's going down. And once he has it down, of course, I've got him. Now, on the other side, if I'm here, I usually probably do the other side on top because, again, this is in the way. So that way it says to do this. And we're going to go up to this point except on the other side. Okay. If I'm on top, I really have to drag him way over before I can get to that. So usually I don't want to do that because he can clear me with this hand. He can do a woodwind. So when I do this, yeah, then you just slam it down, and you've got me. So I have to take care of those hands to do that. But I can still do it if I go across here, throw him here, and then go up. So what I did is I cut across his chest in an X manner. Right? And that throws him like this, brings his head closer, and I can hook it. Now, come a little closer. Do this slow. But when I hook this, I'm bending him, and when I come under like that, all I do is pull up and it's going to snap his neck. So be very careful when you practice this. You only take it to there, you don't want to take it down lower. His own body weight could cause him to fall into that. And if you got a good, not even a very secure one, just a good grip on that, it could damage it. Now, like I said, from here, I don't necessarily have to go way up there. I can go to here. I can go to here. In this case here, I said just come across that. Right? So on the inside, I can do the same thing. Let's turn 45 here. So he's got his hand here, and I'm here. If I go here, and even though he's going 45, when I do 45, I'm going underneath it. Right? So if I do this and try to push like that, you push out this way, and you've got me clear. Take me down now. But from here, and I do this, he's going down, and I got him. So again, the water going up and down. I want to go up first, get him to react to the down part. I want him to resist that. I want him to go back this way. When I push him up, he's going to try to straighten out, and then that's going to take him down. Okay. I can do it here. Now again, I just went to his outside here because I could reach it. And then I'm going up, but now I'm going to pull him 45. And I'll grab the cloth. I don't necessarily have to. I can just, again, slap you because I don't need to take the weight on here. Here, and I got your head because you turned. Now, and I only have, for the water movement, I'll set it here. Yeah. Again, I can go out, and I'm going in here. So it's like I've gone under his arm to his back. Now again, resisting. If I just pull him, he can resist that. If I just pull him, try to pull him this way, he's going to resist that. Okay? Back to your hands. So if I go here, up, this motion really screws him up that way, and I pull him. All right? So the motion is this way. So instead of his head, we're doing it against the point in here, and we do this 25 point that just go in, go over there 25, and just go into it. Okay. So the water ring can be used on the arm, the chest, the head. It's very versatile in being able to move somebody, but you have to do it in X angles. I can't just go across this way, it's not gonna work. I've got to take it up this way and back down that way to make it work. Okay? Now, if we're like this, and it's very tight here, well, I can't get to that. I'm not tight here, but you can see that's a live hand. If I try anything, you're gonna knock it. I go there, just on this chest, and go down, and you see how it moved them. You clear this down, and I can take it. In that case, I didn't worry about this hand because it was so strong. I started messing with this hand, got it, and got to him. Okay. So that's the end. You have to feel the guy's energies in that. You have to think, well, am I going to be able to do this or do this, or what are my options? Some things you can do, this isn't really a water moon, but you have like this, and you go out, and you just do this. And that's your earth movement. Okay? So we're just taking it out, but because we have this hand right here, it goes right there real easy. Now we're going to press against this 1-5 this way and this way. So then we don't want to take it out this way. That kind of doesn't work well. Now you do this way and you fold. Okay? So that's where the water wasn't going to work, so I went ahead and used an earth movement against that. Fire movement is a little more subtle if you're on the underside. So when we come up, the fire movement would come up here and out. Okay? So there are different aspects of it. Anytime anybody grabs you with that, you use the fire movement to weaken him and take him out. Okay? In this case, he hasn't grabbed me in that. I can still do this to get him to go that way. And he's overextended, he realizes it, and he tries to center and comes back, I just go with him. All right. So that's getting things sorted out. Another thing I can do is just go here and then there. So what I've done is done this and then bring it to the other side and cause the problem with the lock. Another thing you can do is, we talked about where we're doing this, and you can just do it real quickly. And what this is, rather than the full arm, we're just doing the wrist. And now I'm on the outside. Boom. Huh? And I can throw that out here, and boom. Okay? But what we're doing there is when I force this out and get a reaction here, I just fold that and he slides right over. So I don't have to push him over, he's going over his own. And I just come up on top. Or that way, whatever. Huh? So that was very similar to this, except we're just doing the wrist. Boom. And some of these things, when we're doing these things, and here, we just pop that down, right and slide on top of it. Because that again, when we pop it, then we're back up. So we're bouncing off it. We get that out of the way, we're using that momentum, the recoil, to strike it out. Okay. From here, okay, I can grab that, and get that followed. But you realize they pulled it back because I'm pulling this forward. I'm grabbing here and here, so I'm not going to only try to hold that as a lock, but see it points so I can turn them. And so I'm pushing into this point right here with these fingers, and this with this finger. So I'm doing this and this, so I get a reaction off of that. And so again, from here, I'm just grabbing this thing, and then let's show from this side. This again, I feel is really tight, and that's a live hand in that. Okay? I get a reaction off of this, and I grab this one. You see how this bends, like we talked about, but it's really this part causes the pain and causes that to retract. It's got the cross-tensor reflex. And I've got them. And this is a boom again. So It's a variation of this because I'm taking this and I'm just turning it like that. So it's like we're doing this. But I'm just squeezing that while I'm doing it. Okay? So that's why I consider it a fire movement. Rather than an earth movement, which is just on top, this one I'm actually turning it in that. Okay? From here, again, I get an outward shove, and I just come up with a cut. It comes up like this. That would be where we do the full one like that, we're just doing this part. And so what it does is go in here and cut, it releases from here against this, and he's got to shoot out this way immediately. Because as I'm coming in, I'm going to hit him before he can do anything. If he doesn't immediately shoot that 45. Because he's lost contact. When I've done this, from here, I press out and then do this, he has to get in contact again. By that time, I'm already coming in. Right? Okay, we're also here. Well, let's go to the outside. You have everything little. They're very new things. Okay. So from here, again, we've centered our line, and you want to bring this up, get that a little closer thread to my face as you go down. Down here's not as much of the thread as this. When I do this, this is a thread and this is a thread. If I do that, this isn't a thread anymore. So be careful when you engage these. Even in practice, you want to make sure that's a thread, even though it's a receding guard hand. Okay. So when I'm here, okay, and again do this, but I'm just going to grab this. You see how I grabbed again on your point. So from here, what I got you to do, when I did this, and you start going outward, that allowed me to step over. Okay? If I just did this and tried to grab that, you cut 45 with that. Just cut up. See, clear. But from here, when I do this and do this, you see how that deceives it, because now it's on top, whereas the body's expecting this to be cleared this way. But I've done that. And once I do that, it pull you down. Okay? So that's again what this is, except I'm just going to pull you with that. Okay? So that's another example of what we're doing a fire movement. This time we're going over the arm, on the outside. We're going over the arm for that. Okay? So we can also, boom. All we're doing here is that we're deceiving this to go down again, I can just come up and strike. Okay? Now if you try to clear with this, boom. So I'm just going to go down. So that's what our down here is. I just take it to there. Okay? So again, from here, boom. And you stop it by trying to go up, I just take it down. See, you get the feeling of that, what we're doing? Okay. Now, when I do that, here, the seed can come up here, use this one to go straight up to 45. Okay? So I'm going up this way to hit you exactly. Okay? That's the guard hand that's here. You're up on this side, take you out that. Some of the fire went this way are dangerous. You don't really practice those because they're eye strikes. Okay. So when we're right here like this, here it goes up into the eye. Okay, then clear. So that. So I think we can strike here, here, or here. So I can swap it in there, snap it in there. I could go up into that. This you really don't use in the throat too much. You can go to the side here, and go up like that. Okay? So you're still doing under the throat. Okay? But again, you're jamming your fingers with that stuff. With an eye strike, you're just really trying to scratch the eyes, or the attempt to scratch the eyes, because again, the eyes are the primary place that the body protects by blinking and moving around. Of course, that's what I want you to do too. I want you to close your eyes so I can hit you with something else. Okay? But you don't want to practice that because it's too easy to, especially if somebody doesn't have glasses on, just flick it up, it's easy to scratch the eye. That's one of the things that moves are used for. Okay, mental movements. Check on this thing. The mental movement, we're coming up, as in most of them, with a wood intercept. And then we're going to pound down. And then we're going to shoot up, and that can be an attack, and then clear out with an attack or just with a clear. Go with another attack as a fold in, do an iron shirt, off the iron shirt, do a strike, just do another movement, a yang move to get him to react to that so you can take him down. So what we're doing, show this one-handed on these things. If I'm on the inside, and I get a reaction here, and then I pound down, and I can go right back up. All right? So it's very similar. We talked about doing an outside block and coming down. This is a shortened outside block. Boom, boom. Okay? So I got the pressure against this, so now it's easy to take him down. When I take him down, it disrupts his balance here. He's open there. So I just follow that up. All right? For on the outside, okay? I'm going to do an inside. So I'm going to go boom. So from here, I got it this way and down. Here, I went this way and down. Right. Now, if when I come down, and he shoots this out to protect himself here and that, I'll go up here and chop in that way. Right? So again, normal thing, when somebody comes here and you go to 45 to hit, you better clear it. Because if you just do it like that, I can come up and then come out. Okay? So that's one thing I want to do. Anytime you do a clear, you want to take it down. Do a clear, take it down. And the end if possible. You don't just leave it there, because then you can pull it out and hit you. If I hit this here, pull it, and come back over. Boom. Okay? And when he pulls it, I'm going to be trying to stop him, so my hand's going to go that way. So now he's got to clear a shot. I've got to come up here with the wood movement if I'm fast enough, but again, depending on substance, if I just stopped here, and then he came out, if I didn't clear him this way, it may be that he's deceived that. Right? So, let's talk a minute about that, and we'll get back to the movements. In the, maybe you could film, maybe you want to film that later, the 12 clearing paths. We can do that later, or we can just talk about it here and there.
Let's do it a little bit later.
Okay. Okay. So, now the mental movement again, we talked about just running down, or from here and running down. If he's really strong here, I can shoot up here and then take him that way. Okay? Because what's happened, he's cut 45, okay? But his energy's going this way, I can go behind it. I'm going behind this, attack him there. Right? So that's why we go to this, we can come back out. Right? If I'm on top, boom. I deceived him this way. This ends the threat, but I bypassed it and cut up to here. And I can hit him there. If I just went to here, he's going to do that and clear me with the wood movement. But when I go there, I've shot the angle off so it's not a clear wood movement. Now it's possible if he does it right, he can still clear it. But more than likely when I've done this, is I said, what is going on? And by that time I'm already cutting back this way. Okay? So it's a deception move. Did here, but you can take it up. Okay? So it'd be a guidance move. When you do that, turn this way. So one, yeah. See how that does?
Mm-hmm.
And now, like I said, you can do this. Bang. Okay? No, it's hard from here just to go down, but you can do that. It's more of a natural movement than just this far. Just feel that. Do this, and do this, which is more natural.
Flipping it over kind of is.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But again, for some reason, biodynamics, this is a little easier to do. And that's why you see a lot of these, where I do that. I just flip you down like that and add that to that fact. But if I did this, I'm going to come like this or something, but this is already open, it's already open. So you'll feel that a lot. Yeah. Okay. So, we talked about going up here. In this case, I'm too far away to get to the side of them. That doesn't mean I can't take them out with this. So what I've done is gone against your arm with this movement. Okay? So that again, because you were following it, it turned your body with it. Boom. Okay? So this, boom, I've got you open. Now, if we're out here, another thing to do, we talked about doing an iron shirt. Okay? That's usually, we're not going to do this iron shirt on the first movement, but you can do it on the first movement. Usually it's after you've done something and he's caught it, you're going to do it. But from right here, I can go up there. So I just sucked you in and it came off of that. When I suck you in, I'm going to put this hand here to keep you from being able to use that hand to do a wood movement on this hand. So just bang. Okay? If I just did this and came up here, you just follow the wood movement, you got it cleared. Okay? But when I do this, two hands, I use one hand to keep you down there. Okay? So again, it's boom. And this one's controlling this one. When we've done this, the movement is like this in the arm movement. Okay? So, usually what that's going to be is where I've taken you off this way, and then I'm just going to follow it behind you this way. So I'm not going to throw you as far out. It's more likely you're going to get from here. Boom. Okay? So I'm on the inside. I'm going this way to go up this way to go this way. And now I'm just going to be striking you in this way. So I want the angle to be up against this, so I'm going to bring you down and then down as I'm striking you. So I'll strike up and strike down, just a double hit. Okay? Boom. I hit you going up, and I hit you going up. That was more a shove because that was your entire body, but your head's going to bounce when I do this. Okay, it's not going to stay there solid as your shoulder was. So I come up here, see how your head goes, and then I go down again. So it becomes a double hit. Okay. And I'm pointing this way across. So I'm not pointing storm median because that would again be hard for me to get that angle properly. But I can do this and use my waist. That gives more power to it. Okay. Now, if if I do this, and you feel that, you turn and hit me with this, that's where I come in with this. So that's my iron shirt off of this. So you block this here. If you don't take me down, leaves me up here, I can pin it into me. Okay? So that's again, when you go 45, you also have to clear it. Right? So let's just talk about the clearing part again from the clearing the past 12 limits. When you're coming in with something here, or here, or here, I go to the outside, I pull in, down, and in. Okay? I don't want to go straight across from here, except to get you to go that way. I'm going to yang you, because then you can't stop me from doing that. When I do that, I can shove it back into you to disrupt your balance. If I just leave it out here, you can pull out and come back. Just pull your waist. See? And come back. So when I do this, I want to attack your waist, so you can't do that. Okay? So that's you'll see a lot of these, when I trap it, I'm also going to go back in. If I go up here, I'm going to go back in. Okay? So that time, I didn't use your arm, I went over your arm and you take your chest. I'm throwing energy back in, so it has the same effect. Where they have your arm there, I'm just going to be hitting and going down. So when you trap here, you can come up like this and go across, and you go out. Then you're going to pull it in to you, and you slam it into me. There you go. Okay? And if you don't slam it, I'm going to clear it myself. But more likely, I'm just going to do one of those rolling arm traps. Even though you're low, if you take me down and in, I mean down but not in, I just do that. I got you. Okay. So yeah, that's why we have that third movement. Here, down, and in. This works, but if I'm sensitive, you gotta disrupt my balance. You gotta disrupt my hips. Okay. Okay, we're here. And hand up. That. So what happens is here, I just see this and go up here, and you stop it with that. Okay? So you're gonna be hitting me 45. So I'm going to go back to make sure that you're pressing 45. Okay? Then I take you up and down. So what's happened here, that's why we go here, 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 and here. What I'm doing, getting you to go that way, so I can take you out. Okay? As soon as you go, again, I caught you before you took me down. Because right here, if you clear me down and in, see, I can't do it. But if you stop it here, real quick, I can take it out. So again, as soon as I get stopped, and this can apply to a back fist. So I come here, and you stop that. You've got to clear me down. If you don't clear me down, boom. Right? So anytime you stop it, you've got to clear it down. So that's what we're talking about, that 45 clear. When you grab somebody, okay, and you're going to punch them, all he has to do is do that, he got you over. No, he's got you there. Okay? So that's again, you're going to here, but now you're going to clear it. And you're going to clear back this way in that case to make his arm turn so he can't hit you with that and make your body go that direction. Okay? Now if a guy's really strong and I don't hit the right part here, kick the leg out and hit him. Again, that wasn't a strong kick, it was 45. And your body can't take it then. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. A little surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, that didn't work because I didn't hit the point right or something. I take that out because now his energy's up here, stopped here, says, I'm good. And you go, no, you're not. And you just, boom, now you're free. Okay. So, go ahead and stop it.
I need a break.
Yeah, I think so. So what we're talking about is doing double top. Okay. So, what we do after you've done the 5 elements in that, the next part of the formula is that we're doing these doubles. And it looks like I stopped here and went here. That's how you see most of the karate forms do it. They hesitate here before they go here. It's like, this, boom, stop, and now they got another attacker. I don't see it that way. I see this, boom, where I take it here and I have to take it down to here to hit, or cut. And then the same way with the reverse, that's called the universal because it's lower and upper. So we're not exactly sure where the zone attack is. We're going to cover both of them. This can be higher or lower as we perceive something coming at us that's really strong. This turns into this. The rest universal is here and here. And so both of these I'm going 45. So I'm not going all the way over here. I'm going 45 on these. Boom, boom. And you can cut in now. You can use these in the single arm. They work a little better when you do double arm exercise. But it's a sample. Later on in the exercise, if a guy feels you are 2 and 10 on this hand, he can go ahead and shoot this hand at you. Okay? So if I feel he's weak, I just bam, hit him with that. Because he's not covering with his hand over here, it's not alive enough. You know. So if we're here and he goes ahead and shoots that in, I can take that out and take that and bang. So it's across and bang. Okay? Now, what I could be doing too, when I'm doing that, especially from the outside here, and start shooting that across, I can again take this over here, like that, and then down and hit. Right? In that case, I didn't really use this one for that, but if I'm here, I can use it on that one. So I'm here, you're starting to shoot that out. I just take this one here, as I go here. Okay? Same quick. Boom. Boom. So what I did there is from here, and I can do it here too. I'll just go this way. I go up and take them down. Right? So I'm still doing this, but I'm doing this. Boom. Right? So you can be shooting this off, but from here and shooting that, I've got this hand, I can pull it on that hand, or like I did there with slip it, and I got this out of the way, and I put it on there. And come back, boom, with this hand. Right. So again, there's variations on it, and sometimes you slip on it, so it didn't work exactly like you're thinking, but it's still, because I'm feeling stuff, I can feel what's happening, that I've messed you up a little bit, and I play on that. Okay? So if we're doing 2 hands, and we're doing these things, I can shoot this way and this way. So you see that, pull that down, just pull this across, and that goes through here. Okay? Same way here, boom, here. Okay? And it can even be, it doesn't have to be on the outside, on the inside, here, and I do that, you see how the hand follows. This hand follows that. And then it follows that, they go through there. Okay? So even from here, I'm doing that. And those hands followed my hands. But it allowed me to clear and come back into the attack. Okay? So outside or inside, or just straddled. Again, you're following. You're following. I've cleared it. Okay? Straddle this way. Okay? And you drop this, so that's going to follow it. So they do that, and that, and that. Okay? So even though you're on top, when I get a reaction here, and go down, it follows it. And like you have it didn't follow all the way because you're talking, but here, you got enough to do this. So you don't have to worry about it. It already messed up. By following down, you messed up your stance because you're trying to follow it. Okay? The same with the reverse here. So you go in here and go here. Right? And you see how this one, I got this, and I went out there, and it followed it. Right? So again, I got a response out for that, but I didn't need to worry about that because this hand followed this. And because I went this way, then this hand became the yin hand because you're active with that hand. I just brought it across. Now, yes, I didn't do this because then I would cross myself. I actually turned so I'm facing the center. So when I come up, I'm strong. I'm using my waist for that. So all I'm doing is basically wiggling, which I have you across there. Now, the next double, inside out, but up and down, one. This is inside and outside. That's next. Okay. So we can do these, again, from a single hand, and let's go pretty far so you see this hand a little bit. Okay, I can go up through this one, all right? But I can go across this way, so I'm just sort of here. I'm going to cross and pull you down to that one. But you're going to be, this, because I'm pulling on this one, this is going to be your energy hand again. You're going to have to pull back your bicep hand. I got to save that arm, so it sort of forgets what's happening over here. Okay? So if we're like this, to that, I trap that and hit. This is again on this. So all I've done is come across here, down, and then in. All I've done with this one, out, up, and down. But because I've done this, that one is out of play. I don't have to worry about you trying to be 45 on that because I'm throwing you in. Now, because my stance is still there, if you do 45 off of that one, I just use the other hand. Because I already have it there, I rise up, catch, and pull. So always, boom, boom, boom. Okay? So that's what these are. If we're on top with both hands, we're in the one hand stuff. Again, I'm going to start with one hand and then do the other hand. It doesn't matter which one I do start off with, but you see, if I try to do them both, your body sort of fights it. Okay? It's this hold on. You know, you're messing with me. But when I deceive it, I do one then the other, so it's kind of tiny, although it's a rolling thing. I don't want to stop. I want to roll it. But again, the body gets deceived. And it's trying to save the yang hand, and the other hand becomes yin, so I can just go right through it. Okay. When we're coming through here, and that, these are basically used in grappling situations. Okay? We don't really come out and try to, like, I was told again, when a guy doing grabbing me or pushing me, I was talking about these, I'm going to be doing this. Okay? But just sink your elbows down when I do that. Okay? And then shove me. See? It really doesn't work because you're just getting compressed, you're allowing me to come in, then you're going to take the energy into me. So that really doesn't work that way. Okay? But if you grab me or push at me and that, again, what I want to do is to do two movements to mess you up. Okay? So rather than trying to do two hands across here, I can do this hand here with a punch and then come up. So it looks like I've done this, but I'm actually punching you down there to move you forward, clear you, and then that's cleared the hip. Okay? And you do the same thing. If this is a hand, he's going to punch me with that one. So I'm going to do that, and then this. Okay? So in that, he's not expecting that punch there, because he's got you up here, and all of a sudden, you're punching down in, 45. And you just do it below the belly button, you hit that point, that kicks your butt out, and you hit forward. So those are really, these are really used on grappling movement. And usually you're doing one hand, you're not worrying about the other hand, because the other hand's going to be reacting to what's happening to this hand. This can actually be an attack, straight attack, as this is attacking now. So again, if you have me here, and you're going to attack me with that, I'm doing this to block, so I'm going to be punching it. So I've taken this hand off, I've taken it off by doing that. And if I stay there, you can tell that's going to clog right into it. But I'm doing this, my 45, so I've actually moved this out of the way. And that's going over it into you. Okay? So you're thinking about these. You should also have a little twist on those. Okay. And that gets that in there. You this may not be reachable. If you do that, you can reach it. So that's a little one. We turn those little 45 to.
I think I got a 5
So,
minute.
yes.
I think I got a 5-minute warning.
Okay. Go ahead and turn it off. Yeah, you can come on up. We're going to be doing triplets, so I'll demonstrate this triplet first, and then we'll go through it. Yeah. We did the 5 elements, we did the double blocks, and now we have what's called triplets. Triplets are attacks and recoveries off of the block to the attack. And the first one, the attack you're going to do is something that you'll do in a situation where you need to take this first strike, but you don't want to make it obvious. You're doing the first strike, and there's some belligerence going on, and you need to hit your opponent. You want to come up with a curving back fist that comes in, down. Now, the next movement is circle and chop. Right? So you come up and hit. Now this is just a glancing blow, that can be the finishing blow. Now this didn't hit the primary target, could have just hit his head to turn his head, and now he's bent, so now you're going to go ahead and hit him. And now that movement has been blocked. You're going to pull it in the in movement, clear, in, back fist. All right? So, you come up. Again, the guy could be poking you, and he's mad at you, and you know he's going to hit you pretty soon. So you're going to take him out first. So as he moves, you come up with that. Now, if this is just a glancing blow, so I've hit him because I'm further away, but I need to hit him. But I've hit him like that. Now I'm going to come in with the strong blows and the inside. Could also be that he's poking my chest, but when he sees this, he turns and stops it. You just use this hand. Be quickly. I'm here, yeah, just like that. See, that's quicker than the other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because your hand's down here, and you're doing this hand you had pulled up. So if it's here, you just chop it in. Do you see it coming? Okay. So he sees it coming, he blocks it, Okay? What I'm gonna do is circle this in like that, and hit him. So this I'm gonna take against his arm in here. I can hit R2, I can hit 5, or I just hit his bicep. Pop him in, circle around, and hit him. Okay? Now, say he did block with that hand. So I came up here and blocked with that hand. I pull it down, I go to here, he turns on his hip and blocks out. Boom. Alright? So I've done, it's got here, if it's blocked, I hit here, it's blocked, I hit here. Okay. Now, as long as we're showing the back fist, what I said before about clearing the back fist is appropriate for this one because you're on the receiving end of it. And that if someone is doing a back fist on me, and he's clearing and he's hitting with the back fist, it's very hard for me to stop it like this because you can drive through. Right? Just drive through to hit me. Boom. Okay? So what I want to do is, when he comes up, I want to pull it down. So now if he does hit, he's going to hit my chest. So when he's going up here and he clears this hand, or he stops this hand when I stop him, and he comes up, I just come down. And I've got him. So I'll get hit in the chest, but what I've done is I'm not trying to fight this full body turn, because he's got a waist behind that. I just go down. So that's again where I'm using yang movement, then get a yang response to do a yin. Okay? So then again, from here, you stop it, then you take it down. Okay. Then you have a problem with a lot of people, they just try to block it in that, and one that's really strong, they're not going to stop it, and he can do the same thing to you. Now, when I block this, you hit here, you can do that to me. Okay. Now, the next chip is, we're going to come across, we're going to come up, this can be either a rich hand or a back fist, then we're going to come straight down. Okay. So again, what we're doing is, we're setting something up, you get stopped, we're going to clear it and hit, or clear it and hit. Okay? This one, again, I might not be able to reach him up here. Okay? But if he's got his hand out, either one, you can grab me or you can point at me on my chest and that. Okay? If you point with that one, that's more likely, hey buddy, etc. Tell me off. Yeah. But I can't reach that. Okay? I can still turn at you though. Okay? So I'm coming across. I'm not doing this, but I'm doing this. Okay? It may be that you grab me with this one here. Okay? Again, I want to do this if all possible. But maybe I have a package this arm. Okay, and you stop me and you can hit me, the package went out. I want to take you across like that. I'm going to hit back here to drive that arm off of me. Okay? Now again, maybe this is injured or something, or maybe you have this hand when I went to grab you off, you grabbed it. Okay? Then when I do this, then this, and then this. Okay? So it goes again, if I've taken the first one, so you blocked it, I'm just going to do that from the inside. Now, I didn't really hurt you, but you're off. And now, boom. Right? So what I've done, I've cleared you, boom. I'm going to finish you. Right? So that's what our triplets are doing. Here, here, and here, 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 here. You may have to clear all the way to get around your arms. Yeah. Right? And another way this can be used, if we're in here, again, these are exercises, but it's like we're in a clash. And so we're setting up situations where we've clashed from a fight and we're in a position, now we're going to use some of these techniques. So from here, he's blocked me from here. I go across like that. I hit this and go across. Okay? And then there. So once I've done this, I can go up there and then there. Okay? Then again, if I go here, as I'm going up, he blocks with that one here. Boom. So your triplets are doing something and then clearing if you're obstructed from your target. Okay? Now, the last triplet, we're going to be coming up with an uppercut to clear to a 2 to an 8. Those are the angles. All right. So this one, go back a little bit and go on the stance. Okay. From here, I'm going to take this up under here, hit him here, and then smash him. Okay. And if it's this side, forward. And then I'm going to here, here, and then here, or here, or here. Okay. So it happens very quickly. Okay. Now I did a 2 on those, but do this here, I can do that out like that. And then I'm going to do this to break the rhythm. Then I'll finish you off. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't clear all the way. I'll just take it down. So I can clear with that. Might be off hanging to that. That's what we're doing this one. I'm not trying to beat this off, I'm trying to carry it up and this way. And that leaves you open for this coming down or clearing this way. So this, again, I can clear that off. Take you, because you're going that way, just come back. So that's why I'm using this one, anvil to hammer. Upside down anvil. Okay, but it says you, so you don't get away from this. So that's basically triplets. We go the different 8 angles of attack is what we're doing, but we're doing them out of order. Yeah. Again, the first one we're shooting up, so he doesn't see it because it's off to his side. And if he's right-handed again, this comes up the left side, so it's harder for him to take care of it. And we pull that out, boom. That's our. It's like this, except we're just doing it high up here. So it's still swallowing movement, but not bringing into us on this one. We're taking it out because we want to move him so we can hit with this. These, we used to come right back up. And here, where this one, we want to come that way. So it's slightly an angle. But then again, if this hand is forward, and that either you're grabbing me and punching me or something like that, I can take this out. So I can come up here and hit this 2 point. And that doesn't feel good. And I do this to make sure it can't be used on against me. And then I come in with that. Okay. Alright. You see, it comes down real fast then. It's just boom. Okay? So he doesn't have time to react. He's getting pain, he's bent over, and then he's getting smashed. Anything you want to see? Okay, go ahead and stop it for a minute and take a look at the notes.
Okay.
One of the principles we have in the system is 1, 2, 3 kick. And what that means is that we get a lot of experience, and we should be trained, where we'll do a lot of things up and hit. We've been practicing that, but we have understood how the energy's going, so we're able to respond to those. Now again, it takes somebody high level if you're out fighting somewhere, and they probably won't have to do this 1, 2, 3 kick. But what it means is that we've been so successful tying this up on top, we've got to distract his body to his balance by doing a kick out. It doesn't have to be to break the leg. It's to break his balance, which then frees his upper body from his mind concentrating totally on what's going on up there, because he has to establish his stance again. Okay. So, say I'm doing a triplet. He blocks this. I come here. He blocks that. I come here, pull that up, and come back in as I'm coming up. So that's 3 times. We're doing that real fast. Okay? So now as he's clearing that, I kick out. He's so involved up here because we're doing this and that. Now it's easy to kick out because he's not going to notice it. If up here, if I did this, and I started doing this, he would feel it. And you just pull your leg up like this. So he could stop it. Okay? But I'm not going to do that unless I got his attention locked up here. Okay? Or I've done some deception to deceive him up here to get him to forget this and take those out. Okay? So say I'm doing this when he blocks it. And I do this when he blocks it. And I do this and he blocks it. I got it. So again, I didn't have to break his leg. All I had to do is disrupt him. Now, some of these things you don't even have to do a kick out. Because again, we're not going to always be where we've tumbled in here. We're both like this. It might be like this and that. So we're on the side. Okay? Now, a lot of things you see in the karate thing, when they're doing this and doing this, they say, oh, I'm just getting ready to kick. That may not be the truth. When we're in here, tied up, I'm just doing a kick with my knee against that. That's strong him out. And then it could be I'm on the outside and we're tied up and I'm here. That again, I'm doing the cat stance, but I'm using my knee against his leg to throw him out. That's just some of the things you see in the forms. We're doing steps like this. Boom. I'm kicking his legs out to spread them, so he's having to worry about that, and now I can take care of the top. Again, I didn't break his knees, I didn't break his leg, I broke his balance. And that's what we're looking at. A lot of these are coming in, and that I can go up and hit some points right here with my knee. And that's going to disrupt him. He doesn't like that. Go ahead and tap it. That hurts. And that's again, he's not expecting that. And it's not that hard. But it's accurate. And it's done. Now if he has this leg out, we're doing this stuff, I can again attack this in here. I've hit this nerve that's this long. That's hard to miss. I'm just whacking it, and I get a good effect, and I've got control now. Okay? I think what else you want to do about that? So we don't really want to get into the sticky legs. You can do that later. Okay, you can kill it for now. I think I want to cover. Okay, one of the things that something we do to control somebody that if you do it right, it's very easy to do, but it's also easy to miss your mark slightly, and then you're just doing muscle against muscle. And that's our arm bar. On the arm, you have 2 points, triple warmer points. One just above the elbow here, where this splits. In between there, there's a point that's a rub point. Then in the middle of the muscle, and it's just opposite the middle of the muscle here. You have a hip point, and some races that hip point doesn't work, but this does work, the rub point. Now the rub has to be done this way, not up and down. Okay? Now you can hit this, and it doesn't do anything. But all you do is rub it, and you get a nice reaction. All right? So this one, hit point's a little dangerous. We don't want to do that very often in practice, because if you hit it sufficiently, you may pop this out of the socket. So when we do the hit, we want to make sure we're going across the bicep, across the pectoral muscle here this way, so there's some mass to keep this in. But you don't want to do it up with a hit, because you may pop this out. And you have to slam it back in. And, Dilma did a demonstration with cops, and the cops dislocated 3 of their shoulders with that technique. He said, "Oh, just a minute. Let me look at this." Anyway, so what we're doing with our Stalligan is that we do a lot of things for our hands that end up at this 45. Whether it's this way, or this way, or this way, we have these 45-degree angles in that. And with this, again, as the Earth Moon, we sort of get this factor again that we can use on this arm bar. And by that, when I take this out with one of these, I'm just doing this now, where I have this here and here. This comes across here. This hand I will try to grab a point under here or up here when I'm doing that. So when I control it, I also get a nice effect with that. But it's actually this part, so I go in here, and then all I do is here. Now, let's do it this way. Okay. So I've taken it out here, and I go here. Now you notice what I did this, but I took them down. Now, the reason I want to do that, and you do it for me, first do it a couple times so you see what you're doing. Go ahead and grab that and do that. Okay, and twist it. Okay. So he's able to jerk me with that. He's got control of that. With that. When he does that, go ahead and do it in. He's got to take me down with that. All right. If he doesn't take me down, it just goes across like he did slightly down. Go ahead. I can throw this in. I'm doing a fire movement. Then I just grab my hand, this hand, here. I can do a fire movement on that to get out. All right. So now he's got to make sure that when he takes me out, he also takes me down. We talked about that with 45. Okay, go ahead. So you see his hand jerk back in there. He's got to make sure that's down because I can kick up. So what happened was he had me down, but he didn't have my balance disrupted. So when I have him here, I make sure I have his body control too, not just his arm. If I don't want just his arm, I want his body not to be able to kick. Right? If he gets me, and do it, in here, he lets us out, that's where I can get this out and keep this out. I can keep either leg, whichever's focused. But yeah, what he's allowed to do is he's taking it, instead of taking it on this leg, turn and press down on it. See, now I can't get this out. But if he goes over here, and he allows me to put pressure on this leg is up there to kick. And once I kick him, that's when I clear him and take him down myself. Okay. Now, if I take him down, I'm trying to think what angle is best for this. So I go here and I go here. He's got to throw this over and then down it to come up and clear me. Okay? So I do this. There you go. Now my counter As I'm going down, he's doing that. Right up. I again throw into him. So I'm going, taking him out like this, he's got to throw this into me to stop me. Okay? So feel what I'm doing there. There you go. Okay? Then he better hit me, because I've got him. Boom. You know, all I did here was, I went here against this point, because I got his arm, might as well use it. Okay, so again, there's counters. But if you get me on the half beat and smack me, I can't recover. And when you get somebody down, make sure you get this leg. Don't let me get on this one, or I can kick you this one. If you get me on this, I can't do this leg to kick you. Because my weight's on those. So that's very important. Okay, it's covered. Then here, pull it back. So you want that to be a live head, even though this you don't go back, because that you can come off of. Or you just come up with it. Right? But in form, I'm thinking of just popping here, here, here. Actually, I should go here first. Inside, outside. We didn't do inside because there's an order of things. This becomes before this. Because kids fight this way. They don't know how to punch. They hit each other like that. So it's a natural movement. So that's what you want to practice first, is the most natural movement. So I bring my hand up here. I'm actually doing this, except I'm doing no hand. But I could be doing a close hand, or I could be doing a back hand. So what we talked about, we're doing here. Boom. We come up, we do our wood punch. Do we ever take the wood punch?
I think so.
I think, yeah. But I think it's one of the older discs.
Yeah. Okay. So, up here we'll talk about the wood punch. Okay, so again, we can do it for an exercise. Here, okay. What I do is get a response out, pull up, just give me a punch like that. Okay? And where I want to punch is under the eye, or on the cheekbone, or under here. Okay? If you have glasses on, I'll punch you here and then up into it. And I don't want to punch the glass itself, because it's just going to dissipate the force, break the glasses, but it's not going to really hurt you. And, but you can take the glasses off. You have to set them aside, that's okay. I just wanted to have them off the thing. Because what we're doing, if you had the glasses on here, I'm going to hit here and then go into that like that. Okay? Now again, I wasn't able to hit that because I hit here and that up, but now I come down here. See that? That's that double hit punch where I talked about coming back down. So you can do that with this hand too, and you're smacking into that. Now, once I did that, I might make it a triple punch. Okay? Because here I hit your cheek, you punch go up, here I put this down, guess what? Now I can get into that. Okay? So it was, boom, that fast. And I got you knocked out because I hit you in 3 points. One and the same in there. You want to know that you can't get under this ridge? This right here, this point, is really sensitive on that. Okay? That type of movement can knock them out. Europeans with a heavy ridge in that, tapping up is going to knock them out. Okay? And you can hit 3 points with your 3 knuckles under there and knock them out with just a punch. You don't even have to double punch. Anywhere else. That's so sensitive right there, especially it makes it hard with the stomach. Bam, hit that, and that can knock them out. Because you may not, with that eyelid that are thick in that, you won't be able to get under those into the nerves from that. But for some reason, that causes this to be extremely sensitive. And that's why you see a lot of the forms, they just snap it down like that, rather than punch up. They'll just snap down. So do a process, boom. When you see some of the films of them performing form, they don't show you what the form is because they don't want to tell anybody what they're doing. That's to grab this with the points so they can attack these 2 points. So they'll do this and then smack those two right into that. That'll take the guy out. Okay. Now break his jaw, it's gonna knock him out. If you're gonna hit somewhere else, you may not knock him out. If you hit 2 points right under the chin, there, where your knuckle, he's going out.
You'd have to drive pretty hard though, wouldn't
Because it's points.
you? Well, I mean,
So you don't have to down like this.
that fits right in.
Yeah.
Because this, standing straight,
Yeah,
It
that's
does
why
that.
they do this first.
so it brings it to the correct angle.
I know.
Right. That makes sense now.
Yeah. That's what I see somebody actually knows what they're doing. It's like, yeah, that's not going to do anything to anybody. Mom.
Oh yeah, it does.
So that's why I think you see again when you're doing this, then pounding. They'll go in here to the throat, 22, and hit near the kill. Pain there alone, it's not anything, but you get that first. Bang, you may not get up. See, some of that, when you're going to center, it might be harder. Let's go over here and get the guy down like that. So again, he just lost his arm ability for a second. So that again, you'll see when they're doing this, it could be to the clavicle area, 12. Okay. And it also makes all this light up. So if I do that and smack his head, he's going down. Very interesting, all this stuff. I don't understand why Pentaz is sort of straying from that. The next section is clearing the paths. As the name of the section, it's also called 12 count or 18 count because you can break it down into that many different points of what you're doing. But mainly what you're doing with this is that you're trapping and clearing traps with it. So it's very similar to the 5 elements in the, we're using that in the clears net version of those. But what we're really doing is looking at different ways that when you're blocked by an opponent, you can clear that. Okay. So once you get up here, and we'll talk this through now. So it's going to start off with coming up with your wood movement, which is something I always want to start with. It's natural because most of the time your hands are going to be at your side. You need to come up to intercept. Okay? Now, this can be done several different ways, and that are several responses to what he's doing. But basically, we come up, we clear, and we hit. Okay? So, you either hit me with this or you grab me with this at first. So that'd be the first thing. So, you come at me, I'm gonna hit that and take you down and hit you. Okay? Now, say he's just gonna do this, boom. So you're just gonna lift this up to get my attention. Okay? But he's really gonna hit me with that. So again, just do it. I'm gonna take that down and then hit you. Okay? So I'm still going here. Okay? But in this case, that way wasn't a threat, didn't turn into a threat. But I still knocked out of the way when I was doing this, and I closed this off. So I'm going this way with that. So that's my cutting to the angle here. Okay. Now I could be, if this is actually a punch coming in that, when I'm doing this, I may take this as a punch to your heart too. Or I could be chopping across like this, on top of the bicep to the middle of that. Or I could be going up here to pericardium. Okay? And then I'm going to chop sort of in that way as I come through and down. Okay? So what it is, we're clearing and then striking. Okay? So now, when I clear this one and go for a strike, and you block with that one. Okay? That's where this comes in. For our next one is to pull this down and hit. So we can do this, this, and hit. So I haven't hit you yet with this one. With this one, so I turn that hand, and I'm going to hit you with that. Now it could be under here, and it could be under this, or it could be as you're hitting. I'm just going to take on top and roll this across like that. Okay? Then I'll come in with that. Okay? Now, you're really tough though, and you're going to cut this 45. So you cleared it. Okay? So now I've got to respond to that, but I want to do it in a way that I, again, am able to clear you when I'm doing that. So I'm going to go this way, and you're going to follow, which is going to allow me to clear this here and hit you again. And so in the thing we hit, go down, clear, and hit. Okay? A lot of different possibilities for these things when we're doing some clearing. Okay? So when we've done the clear and hit, we pull down and hit. Okay? Now that could be part of the things we did, but again, if we do 1, 2, 3, I'm going to kick. I'm not going to keep on doing these things because I want to disrupt that. Okay? So maybe just that from the beginning, I went up to hit you and you blocked it. Okay? Now you're going to cut me off that way, I pull back. And you see how you keep going? I just hit. Okay? And it could be you're going to block me this way, so I go this way. Okay? Boom, here. What I did is I cupped this open to grab this as I'm coming back. Okay? And it could be that you block this outward, boom, here. Okay? Boom. Okay? So that's what we're doing when we're pumping and coming back. Repeating it. We're coming back fast enough so you can't react with the other hand. Okay? So we block these. I want that immediately back up. As soon as I pull that down, I need to come back up. Else you're going to hit me with that. Okay? But that's why when we do this, we do this. Okay? So say I did this, but you turn and block. Okay? Boom. That's where we come in here and block. Okay? So again, what I've done is here, down, and then in. Disrupt you. Okay? So I just take you down, you can attack me. You can come back up and slam into this. Just go like that. Okay? So I can't just hold you there, I gotta do something with it. Okay? Now one of the things I could do, so take you there, I just go ahead to the armbar. Because again, because you're fighting against this, you can't stop me from pulling it, especially because I'm Xing it. Okay? Now, when I do this and hit back, you block it. That's why I do this. Boom. Okay? So I go this way, then this way. Okay? I'm going to clear down and hit you that way. Okay? To block this way, I can hit your arm. boom, boom. Okay? So again, this right here is normally just an elbow up on these things. If you hit, maybe just hitting the arm on that. And that again throws you because now you're responding to this side, so this side is slightly dull to awareness, and it just quickly goes down. Okay. So what we've done is that first come up and hit. Okay? And this one, we may do this and hit. Okay? Then we're going here, and here, pull, and hit, then here, then hit, then clear, and hit. Okay? If you block this, and I do this, I can clear that way. Right? So again, this is very helpful on knowing the angles in that and what you're doing with those and how you can clear with them. Right? You're punching me in the throat. I don't want to try to stop you this way because you got your full body going to it. I want to put that across and then just take out that. Okay? And what I'm going to do is you're coming out with that. When I turn with my 45, it pushes this away. And I've got you again. Okay? So that can be used against hooks too. One of the things that the elbow up does too, that several of my students didn't particularly care for, was using the elbow up against a hook. Okay? Because they didn't understand, they wanted to stop, when someone comes up with a really strong hook, they want to block it. Okay? So when you come up with a real strong hook, like that, if I try to block it this way, you can barrel through it. Okay? I just do that. Okay? You feel that as you're coming up?
Yeah.
Do it strong. I'm lifting up. And because you're trying to come this way, the lift up is easy to do. Boom, boom. Okay? Now, if you're coming down real strong and that's not going to work, I just do a wood movement. Okay? So that again is not something I'm going to think about. I'm going to feel it. As soon, hit me fast. Try to hook.
Oh,
Or
sorry.
high.
Sorry.
It's okay. I didn't specify.
Okay.
Okay? So what happened was, I just came up from underneath, and that lifted you. Because you're trying to sink it in this way, I'm able to take you up a little bit. That's all I need. By taking you up, again, it goes this way. And then I've got you. Okay? So that again, we use this on the hook. Or use this on the hook. Because if you're kind of way out here, I can get this under. Right? But if you're really close to me, then again, it's not going to work too well this way, so I can do that. Okay? So again, because you're doing this and really strong with your muscle, I can still do that. Okay? It's just like the camera. You get into it. Okay. Boom. Take it out. Okay? That you'll see. That's why this works when someone's trying to hook and break your ribs. Okay? Because again, if you're punching me in here like that, I don't have time to do that. Okay? I do that, and then do that. So it's a, and by doing that, it closes my ribs up, so now the nut spreads, it's harder to break them. If you're still bigger and heavier than me, it's not going to break it unless I slide it off. Once I slide it off, then I just, okay?